Hey everybody, it's Kitty Cat Alley here for her KKA vlog. I'll do another one for Jinju in a minute. But this is just for about stories. I'll keep my RL stuff to my new vlog that I'm doing for Jinju. Some RL stuff will be mixed up in here just to like explain certain things. But for the most part, this is going to be fan fiction and pretty much works in general here. So, to tell you fairy tales, and you're going to kill me. Yeah, actually, I think it's hilarious. I'm gonna be bad for once. How is the lighting? Is that better? Yeah? Okay. My head is missing. I don't even know. Bah! Bah! Okay. So, how like this? Is that better? I can't even tell. Okay. So I tell you fairy tales. Oh, I'm done with that. So you're gonna kill me. The next chapter will not be part 2. Part 2 is called Ebony Black. Technically, it's finished, but I reread it, and after Blood Red went up, and I was like, stand alone. The second part isn't as good as the first part because if you remember, I was writing it all at once, and it started off with a lot of detail, and then I realized that, you know, she was going to go back to school soon, and I was, like, on a deadline, basically, and it was really long, and I was like, I have to get it less than 42 pages, I have to get it less than 42 pages, and it being, like, 44, and so, like, the last 20 pages, basically, I'm, like, rushing. And so it really tells in Ebony Black. And I'm like, this could be so much better if I just sat back and gave it a little bit more time. So her last week of school, I'm pretty sure she has her last day on Friday. And then she has a break from... Is it? Didn't she say the 7th? Is she already on her break? Or is it the 7th of... I think it's from the 20-something to the 7th of October. Yeah, I think it ends on the 7th of October. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure this is the last week of her school, and then she has a break until October. So I'm going to go ahead. It's about halfway done for the next chapter that isn't Ebony Black. I'm pretty sure I already gave you the pairing. I said I was going to write a chapter for Iki-chan, and Iki-chan really wants a Femme America and Iceland. And I already started on it, and I worked on it a bit more, and I'm about halfway done with it, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. And of course, Antonio is in it, because there's going to be a bit of Romano in all of them. I don't know if Romano is going to be in it, but it's definitely going to be mentioned, because Antonio is actually a major character. He's not going to steal the plot from the main couple, but he's still a major player. You'll understand when you read it. It should be really funny, and for people who know DreamWorks, you should get a really big kick out of it. There's like a double joke in there with Antonio's character. So if you all can like laugh at the joke and you get it, then put it in your review or PM me or whatever, because that'll make my day if you guys get the joke. But anyway, so that's going to be the next chapter. It's going to be one of the shorter ones. It might hit 20 pages, but it'll probably only be between like 15 and 19 pages. Because I'm on like page 6, and I'm like halfway done, something like that. I don't know. And it's going to be a really fun, easy story, just, you know, to give you all some giggles. Okay, what I've been doing. I did finish the Katara UA. Don't know if I told you. It's called... It's not Anon anymore. It's called Forever Out of Reach. And it follows sort of Katara and how she... Instead, like, the way I did it was that she... when her father left, like, 2 years before the beginning of the series, like, the original series, you know, like, he left, like, 2 years before. I think, yeah, it was, like, 2 years before the beginning of the series he left. And he ends up taking her with him and sending her up to the Northern Water Tribe. And 2 years later, she's really good friends with Yue, because technically she's almost like a princess. You know, Sokka wasn't being completely facetious. Like, I'm kind of like a prince. Because she is. Like, her dad's the chieftain of the Southern Water Tribe. They just don't really have royalty down there. They're just, you know, a tribe. You know, they're really small. So... So she was given, you know, priority because of her father's Dakota, and then she ended up convinced, the whole scene where she convinces Paku to be her teacher, that still happens. Like, it's implied that it still happens. She still convinces him to be her teacher. And so she's been his student for about 2 years. And then she's like, oh, I have this strange feeling I have to go back home. I don't understand why, but I have to. And basically she has to go back home to find Aang. And, like, the reader's like, oh, yeah, of course, that's what's going to happen. So she goes back down south, but before she leaves, she confesses to Yue that she's in love with her, and Yue says it too. And then it's this whole, like, she goes back and, like, how that works. And there's still going to be some Sokka-Yue action. I just haven't finished it. It got to, like, 12 pages, and I was like, I should probably end this because it's for a swap, and it's only supposed to be, like, 1,000 words. And I don't know if they even like it because I've never written for this pairing, and I've never written for the fandom. And I haven't seen it for a long time, so I'm like, I'm just going to end it here, and if she likes it, then I'll continue it. And that's what I put in the notes. She's like, I love it! Please continue it. I'm like, oh, well, I kind of wish you didn't like it, so I don't have to keep writing it. But at the same time, thank you for liking it, and I will write you the second part. So I have to work on that soon. Forever to Reach 2. And then I also picked up, like I said, the other swap for Scorpius and Lysander, and it being called Perfectly Awkward, or Awkwardly Perfect, one of those. And it is amazing. I loved it. I wrote it in like a couple hours, and I was like, this is so good. I love it. And you guys should read it. It's all on AO3. Same name. I have a link in my profile, I'm sure of it. Or not, if not a link, then I have my username. I don't even know. Figure it out. Y'all smarter than me at computers anyway. If you really need a link, just PM me and I'll send it to you. I updated a chapter of If and L. It's probably crap because I didn't beta it. I don't have internet at my house in Jinju, at my apartment in Jinju. So it's really awkward for me to write in a cafe because the one I go to, I sit in a couch, so my computer's on my knees, and I don't like writing that way. I'm really picky about how I write. I need to be comfortable. Like, if I was at my desk like I'm in right now, then I'm totally okay with writing. That's how I wrote the 7th chapter of FNL. It's just, I leave my apartment at 9:40 in the morning and go to work until about 6:30 to 7 o'clock at night. And no, I'm not even doing classes that entire time. I'm doing lesson plans the entire time. I'm also on Facebook the entire time. But basically, I'm doing lesson plans, and I have 1 class. Next week, I'll have 2 classes a day. And then on Saturday, we always end up doing something. But I will be getting my internet probably on Friday for here in my apartment. So I'll be able to write and update a little bit faster. The Fam America Iceland will be sent to Leon-kun this weekend so she can beta it, and it should be up soon. And then I'll work on Ebony Black this weekend as well, and maybe I'll finish it this weekend and send it to her Sunday or Monday. And so both those chapters should be updated during her break. They might be the only chapters updated because she's also writing, and I have to beta for her. I have to beta for Iki. And whenever Amber updates, I have to beta for her. I have to finish betaing her 4 other chapters I haven't betaed yet. So, anyway, so that's pretty much everything writer-wise. 7 Sins. Oh my gosh, I did upload Lust. I wrote this medicine here in my apartment, just knocked it out like my 2nd day here, I think. I was like bored and couldn't sleep, and I was like, oh my god, I should write this. And I was like, this is amazing. And I put it up on AO3. So if you want this medi version, it's on AO3. I'm working on the 4th chapter. I almost gave you a spoiler as to what the next chapter will be. I already did. I told you once. Think hungry. But not Hunger Games. Because it's not going to be anything like Hunger Games. I wish it was like Hunger Games. Hunger Games is amazing. Anyway, so, that's it. I'm really trying to cut back on what I plan to do, because I end up planning things and then never doing them, or I get sidetracked with the new things and don't do the old things, and that's very annoying. So just look out for Hetalia Fairy Tales. It'll be the chapter for Iki, and then the chapter for Ebony Black, and then 7 Sins might be updated in like 2 weeks, maybe less, because Amber betas it for me. But she usually betas kind of fast. And then FNL might be updated again. But, oh yeah, and then I'll have to finish Forever Reach. So go and read those. Let me know if you like them. If anybody actually watches this. But okay, it's 10 minutes. Of course, I'm just rambling for 10 minutes. I have the worst vlogs ever. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Kitty out. Where's the stop button?